All right, well, hello and welcome. I'm the Kodiak Broncos Podcast, and we have absolutely no time to waste because today we're breaking down Caleb Lohner. But before we get into it, I just want to say a couple things. First of all, leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're not already. You can always wait till the end. Hopefully, I'll learned it. Yeah, and usually I start with the notes, but let's start with the film study. So here's what the Broncos saw that they really liked in Caleb Lohner. So this is actually from his midsummer camp showcase in 2019, while he was still a junior. In I think he's from Texas. Yeah. So does a great job right here. Receives the ball from his teammate, and you're gonna realize that this is just a textbook shot right here. So right here, he winds up. He gets a great release on this basketball. Jumps very high so that no defender has a chance at blocking him or anything like that, and it just goes in effortlessly. Notice how his elbow's not too far out. It's not too far in, and just a sweet, smooth as butter release right there. Absolutely drains the shot. Love it. This one, he's just a menace down low. He's going to receive the inbound, and he's going to just dunk right there as well. This one's really, really nice perimeter offense. So he's got a guy trying to box him out, or he's boxing out the dude while he's on the offense, while he's playing offense right here. And while he's getting this ball, notice does a great job receiving it. Gets his hands on it right away. Ball security is job security. Isn't that what they say? Gets a little physical with the dude and is able to drive to the rim and just bank it in right there. We'd love to see stuff like that. All right, this one's also pretty sick. So he gets the ball from his teammate right here. He's just a little above my face cam. And what you're going to notice is that he fakes the shot, does a really good job, or the defender thinks he's going to shoot, the Kansas defender at least. And then what he does is he just completely drives to the rim. Once again, gets a little physical with the dude, fakes shot, boom. This play is amazing. Like, this was probably my favorite play of his film that I watched. So you're just gonna notice that they're against Nichols, which I don't even know what university that is. They sound like a 64 seed in March Madness every single year. But regardless, so we've got 9 ranked Baylor against 47 or against unranked Nichols, and they're up 77-47. And what they do right here is they completely catch Nichols off guard. Because watch this. Guy takes it, realizes, oh, Lohner's back there somewhere. Alley-oops it. Boom. That was phenomenal. And then we've got the Baylor versus Oregon State Novavax NIT season dip-off semifinal tournament. And what you're going to notice is that he gets the ball right here, and he's just amazing at driving to the rim, man. All right, I'm kidding. I hope you guys had as much fun with that as I did. I thought it was a great troll job, especially if you've seen my videos recently. But here are some actual clips of Caleb Lohner playing football. So, Utah's in a trip set right here, and he is the uh, front guy in the trip set. I actually don't know what the terminology is for that. It's not like X. I mean, is he playing the X? I don't know. But either way, so you're going to watch him right here. Keep your eye on him because he is going to just slip out, and it's like nobody even notices him. It's like nobody even notices him. And they do a really good job catching Arizona in a bind right there. Flexing. Arizona DB can't believe it. Yeah. This is a play that some CU fans might remember, so this has been shown on basically every Caleb Lohner content, so I apologize for showing it, but there really wasn't a whole lot to work with when the dude has 53 collegiate snaps. So this is really, really good. Utah actually was still kind of in the game right here. Like, it would have been a miracle for them to come back, but regardless. So we got first and goal in 6'7", 245. Look at the job he does boxing out the defensive back right here. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, this DB has no chance at it, realistically, unless he can get enough strength from the backside to drive through it, which, I mean, he doesn't. And just watch it. Low bros him. Completely low bros him. I'm sorry, CU fans, but oh well, you won the game, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, look at the jump shot again. So it's time to talk about him and his recruiting profile, as I'm doing for all these prospects. So he was the 38th ranked power forward in the 2020 recruiting class. He was actually the number 2 basketball player in the state of Utah. I don't even know. I've never even heard of the dude who was number 1. He plays for Cal right now, but the dude who was number 1, I've literally never even heard of. So he probably isn't that good. But in 2019, he committed to Utah, and then he subsequently decommitted before the 2020 academic year. So he was originally supposed to go to Utah, when he was coming out as a freshman, when he was, signing his letter of intent and all that. He signed his letter of commitment, but it just never materialized. I think part of the reason was, maybe COVID had something to do with it, but instead, he went to BYU. And he committed to BYU instead, and he played there for 2 years. Now, in the 2022 recruiting cycle, he transferred to Baylor, where he was kind of a nice little role player for them as well. Then in 2024, he transferred to Utah, and he made the switch over to football. And the reason he made the switch over to football was because the tight end coach pitched to him, like, hey, man, I think you can be the next Jimmy Graham. And that's what really got Caleb Lohner into the game of football. And he actually didn't even know how to put on his football equipment until this past year. So, man, hats off to you for being able to make it to the NFL and showing enough with your 53 snaps that an NFL team decided to take a chance on you as well. And the fact that it's the Denver Broncos, man, we'll see. We'll see, especially because now you're being coached by Sean Payton, who made it work with a former basketball player. But once again, I don't want those two to get compared to one another, even though it's already happening. So this is his NFL prospect profile. I could not find anything from like those websites that actually do like scouting reports or whatever, like NFL Draft Buzz or anything like that. He didn't have one in the PFF guide that I could see either. So this is his overview from the NFL.com website. Developmental project coming from basketball and proving he can stick with football. Only 57 snaps, obviously an emphasis on fundamentals. His ball skills are natural, and athleticism is a huge plus. And you're going to see over here, 8.83 relative athletic score, 6'7", 256 is what he measured in at the combine. So, and then a 4.69 40-yard dash as well. Obviously, playing basketball, he's going to have an insane vertical, 37-inch vertical, as well as a really nice broad jump as well. Composite agility, great. Don't really care about that, at least for this exercise. But yeah, so he's likely a practice squad stash early in his career, but we've seen a number of hoopers make the transition. Over the years, Lohner could prove next in line if he has the toughness for the NFL game. Strengths are going to be obvious, like obviously big-bodied red zone threat, obviously, scored touchdowns on all 4 of the catches he made in 2024, and he also caught a 5th one. That was for a 2-point conversion as well. So he clearly knows what he's doing in that regard, at least for now. Now, the weaknesses, once again, those are going to be obvious too, except one thing that kind of surprised me is even though he was a basketball player, he has ordinary wingspan for his height and size, and he'll need to prove he can withstand the rigors associated with blocking in the NFL. So the dude is just basically a complete mystery box, and you know what? 7th round picks, it's kind of like a whatever thing. So the Broncos, they clearly saw something that they liked in him, despite him only playing 53 collegiate snaps. I saw 53 elsewhere, every other place I looked besides the NFL.com website. So I just went with that. Maybe it's 57. I don't know. Doesn't really change my point right here that the Broncos, they clearly see something they like in him. And also, Zach Seegers from Let's Talk Broncos also said that he was in the Broncos facility for day 3, and they had a source that Caleb Lohner was going to be picked up by another team. So the Broncos could not have gotten him as a UDFA. Like, everybody who wants to argue that, couldn't have happened. But either way, so they also took Lohner because they needed to add to the tight end room. But in my opinion, Evan Ingram just wasn't enough. Like, Evan Ingram, he plays that like 7th, 8th blocker role where he's kind of more like an inline slot hybrid guy. But, for looking for a pure inline, as far as the pure inline position, we did not do enough. We did not do enough to add at the position. It's why I think the Broncos, they've earned the poor draft grades they've gotten throughout the media this whole cycle. But obviously, everything is a wait and see. But we'll see how just everything comes to fruition. And once again, 7th round, not a big deal. Even though the pick wouldn't have been my pick, but, get your guys and shoot for your upside. Sean Payton, do your thing. In Payton, we trust. In Payton and Payton, we trust. And also, comparing him to Jimmy Graham and Antonio Gates, it's going to get headlines. Like, it's going to get headlines, especially because everybody cannot go, or everybody could not go an entire Sunday without hearing in the mid-2010s that, well, Jimmy Graham was a basketball player. Well, Antonio Gates was a basketball player. I'm just here to tell you that if you expect that, you're going to be disappointed. So I think we should all temper our expectations for Caleb Lohner because if you expect him to be a difference-making tight end when he was taken in literally the 7th round, you're not really going to be happy with the results, in my opinion, just because he would be such an outlier to succeed. Graham and Gates were huge outliers to succeed. So I think, I mean, Graham even less so because he was taken in the 3rd round, but so Lohner would be even be more of a big outlier than those guys are. But yeah, that's just all I have to say about that. And then here are my reservations about the pick. So it's still an extremely strange pick any way you look at it, but it's the 7th round. It's the 7th round. So like I'm calm. Like originally I was like, look at all these running backs we could have gotten. Whatever. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I think I've kind of come to terms with that as well. And listen, this is not Caleb Warner's fault. Like he didn't ask for this. Like he kind of did by declaring for the NFL draft and making the switch to football, but he didn't ask for me to think that the team didn't do enough at the tight end position to solve the problems from 2024. So a lot low key rides on him. I think if he can be a guy who makes the 53-man roster, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But there are a number of running backs who I would have preferred there. But oh well, it's a 7th round pick. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about Caleb Lohner. That basically wraps up the Broncos draft class, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.